I love movies, sometimes a little bit too much. You could say that I watch almost one movie every day. However, and this might be a bit controversial, I gotta say that I'm exhausted of superhero movies. Now, don't get me wrong, I like them, they're entertaining. However, I do not think that there might be the role models that we need for our trying times. I think that they lack relatability and they're not precisely universal. They can be inspiring, but not perhaps in the tone that we need right now. So I want to suggest a different kind of hero. I want to talk about Rocky Balboa and how I consider him to be an exceptional hero, a great role model, a very relatable, universal, and inspiring role model, unlike superheroes. Rocky, both the movie and the saga, because there is 8 movies of it, follows a normal man, a boxer, Rocky Balboa, whose life changes drastically when Apollo Creed, the heavyweight champion, decides to give a nobody a shot for the championship, and he picks Rocky in a way, you know, mockingly. So, how is this relatable? Well, unlike in superhero movies, there is no need to save the world. There is no city that needs salvation from a one person or a one group of person. Instead, Rocky is a story about man versus life. It's about a man that is struggling to pay the rent, that is struggling with his morality. He tries to be a good person despite working as a loan shark enforcer. So there is these things that we can actually relate to. There are struggles that we have every day when we face life and we face ourselves. If you watch the Marvel movies or the DC movies, you will notice a lack of people of color. Most of the leads and superheroes are white and mostly from the United States. Almost everything happens in the United States. Kind of sending the message that if you do not look a certain way or if you don't live in a certain country, nothing is really gonna happen to you. And although Rocky takes place also in the United States, there is this universality in the story. He is Italian, not white. He is struggling with the stereotyping of his people. I am from Mexico, and my father introduced me to Rocky. And I was able to connect with this character despite not looking like him, because I could recognize that those struggles and that story could be mine, and it was the story of some people that I knew. Now, superheroes can be inspiring. I have heard of people that has learned new careers because they wanted to be like Iron Man, or they try to do good because they want to be like Captain America. However, I believe that Rocky is something that is more doable. It's about normal men and women beating the odds. It's about normal men and women battling against themselves and against their own insecurities. It's about growth. And I believe that if we were to consider the example set by this movie and its protagonist, we could consider standing up for ourselves against all odds. Not to leave ourselves by the bootstraps, but to take a stance, and despite all the odds that seem to be worsening against us as a country, we can individually rise, and maybe together we can take our nation to better times.